Welcome back, guys. This is the closing segment of my week 2 storyboard for all mentorship, where Claire is going to tell me the things I need to improve on and gives me like the next homework assignment, and we talk and do a little back and forth. Hopefully, you guys enjoy this as much as I do. Um, Enjoy. Oh yeah, remember, sub or like.
I really like it's on page 5. You're getting good with the characters. I do think as you go, as you increase in the number of drawings you're doing of those characters, they do seem to be getting more fluid and better.
Yeah.
Which to me says, like, even keep going with Captain Hook and Smeed until you feel like you can start to feel the emotion, the tension,
Yeah.
excitement in each of the poses, and the
Yeah.
way, like the fear for Smee. He's afraid, and how does that look in different poses? And so I would say if you even want to continue with this clip, that would be
I
great.
have tons of clips. I spent like the first 2 days gathering clips.
Oh, wonderful.
I have this scene here where his neck is like really exaggerated, and I'm like, okay, I need to get that one.
Yeah,
I got
fun.
some of the alligator or the
Great
crocodile.
character. Beautiful. Yeah.
And then
Eye direct, lots of strong eye direction on that one.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And then I have a folder here that has tons of other like screen caps.
That's fantastic. I would say keep going with this. There's no rush, because also, Stan, we're gonna, if we get another 2 people to join us,
Yeah.
there's gonna be like, they're just gonna be starting out. So it's not, seriously, you're not wasting your time here. I promise.
Okay.
Yeah.
I never would have thought of like me wasting my time doing any of this stuff here.
It's super. I feel like this is gonna be super valuable to you. It's, I remember saying, like, one of the mentees when we were interviewing them was asking me, what was it? Have you ever had a mentor, and what did you learn from those interactions? And I was like, yeah, I've had 2 actually, when I was learning storyboarding. And the thing I learned that I carried over, I tended to treat like my next every few head of stories as the next mentor, even though they weren't technically a mentor. So I had 2 mentors originally when I was learning storyboarding from being a 2D animator. And then after that, every time I had a head of story, I would mentally practice that. It's like that Karate Kid thing, where the mentor tells them, just clean the floor. Like, I just want you to clean the floor, wax on, wax off. And the kid's like, why? Like, I don't get it, And I would treat it like that. Like, sometimes they would ask me to do stuff, and I'd be like, I don't understand why, but just out of self-discipline, I'm just gonna like submit to it and just do it.
Yeah.
And every, like, 95% of the time, I didn't realize it, but I was glad that I did it afterward. Like, I was learning something.
Yeah.
So I did tell her that a lot of the time, sometimes, and it's a good practice, and I think it helps the people you're working with trust you. That, like, I love working with folks that are just open-minded, and then also that are able to push back and say, you know what? Let's say it's I've asked them to board something a certain way, and they say, you know what? I don't think this is working because X, Y, or Z is also great. And then we can have a discussion about it. Yeah, but I love someone who, like, if the director says, can you just try it this way, do it this way, and they happily go back and do it.
Yeah.
And I think that's a really positive attitude and a good attitude to have as well.
Oh yeah. This is my 3rd mentorship so far. This is the only one that's like geared towards animation, so this is the first one. The other 2 is about like concept art, and I guess the learning styles between concept art and animation, they're so vast. So my biggest struggle is trying to separate the 2, because with concept art, it's more like you gotta be on the mark, you gotta be on the money, you gotta make sure this is AAA quality. So if you're drawing a human body, it has to look believable. It has to look really good. The
Mhm.
proportions got to be there. It has to look good. And
Mhm.
then
Mhm.
for animation, it's like you gotta be loose. Don't
Mhm.
worry about the proportions. Have fun with
Mhm.
it. Break it down to shapes. Get creative with like the sizes and stuff. I'm like, man, this is like
Mhm.
these are two forces arguing with each other.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of projects have human proportion characters. So
Mm-hmm.
the good thing is that you didn't waste your time with all of that because you
Mm-hmm.
learned all that stuff. So you'll be able to apply that and be confident with that, where other people who come at it from more of a cartoony side don't have that.
Yeah.
So you can feel secure knowing that you have that like in your pocket.
Mm-hmm.
And now it's a matter of loosening up and leaning into the emotion,
Mm-hmm.
making sure your drawings are expressive, expression, acting, emotion, and that stuff, as I say, when you see it in boards of a candidate, you're like, okay, I want this person because I want when I have my screening and it's storyboards up there, I want the audience to feel something. I want them to understand what the character's thinking.
Yeah.
And not everyone can do that. And I do think this is the way to learn how to do that, right? By observing and especially by drawing.
Yeah.
Because you can observe all day long and it's not
Mhm.
going to sink in unless you
draw it until you put it in motion.
Yeah. And so I would say the assignment this week is continue, but focus on your drawings being focus on the purpose of the drawing is to convey the expression, the emotion, the acting, right?
So
I would say it's a slight shift, like in focus.
So fluid, and also you said you mentioned practicing the masks, the face.
Mask in the face is important. How the eyes relate to the face, like start to notice those things. Doesn't have to be perfect, but you're starting to notice like, oh, the mouth is pushing up and I need to make sure that that corner of the mouth and the eye, like there's that right relationship where it feels like everything you draw is a little cue, right? And so it's a matter of making sure that most of your cues are lining up to the same purpose, communicating the same message. Like if my arm is coming towards you, I'm going to want to do those cues that are like the contours of like the foreshortening, right? If I'm wearing a sleeve, it's going to be curved that way. You know what I mean? Like, so like everything you draw is just a little, the best folks know exactly which cues to use. And that's the shorthand. They know which cues to use that are going to convey that emotion, and they don't have to put that many down. There's one guy in particular, Tron Mai. Do you know Tron? I'll see if I can find a link to any of his boards, but he puts down like 5 lines, and you're like, oh my God, that's such complex emotion. Like somehow understand like exactly the minimal amount you need to put down to really like convey that emotion. So that's what we're trying to get at here.
Okay.
And a gesture, and it could be emotion through the whole body, or it could be emotion in the face. So all of those things, it's like, what is the aspect of this pose that's conveying that emotion? I need to put that in my drawing.
Okay. 100% got it now. Thank you.
Thank you, Stan.
No problem.
This is great. You're doing really great.
Oh, thank you. I can't wait to keep going more and keep getting farther in it. A part of me is like, damn, I can't wait to start storyboarding. Not like professionally, but it's just more like, I want to get back to like doing animations or storyboarding like I used to do with my older projects. But I'm like, no, this comes first. You gotta eat the vegetables first before you get to like the
wax on, wax off. I'm sorry to say, but like you could, like, let's say you wanted to stay with Captain Hook and Smee and keep like draw everything, the crocodile. Like, no reason why you couldn't do a little scene with them of your own, you know. And you can even try doing 1, 2, 3 scenes with some cuts that make sense in a flowing way that would be like a storyboard with like 3 poses per shot, right?
Oh, yeah.
You could do that, but I would say like keep going all the way through this. Maybe go through and some of those poses like redo them with more emotion. And I've got to go. I've got a meeting. But yeah, you could go back over your poses, get to know those characters, and then if you really want to try doing some boards, you could do it with those characters, and remember to use it to be pushing the emotions. But I would say a lot more study, you know, is just that's what needs to happen. But then you'll be surprised. Like, you'll be really, really expressive. It's just a lot of study. There's no way around it, really.
Yeah, there's nothing around it as well. I preach the same thing. Well, I don't want to keep you up with, from your meeting. It was an amazing session, and it's refreshing to know. It's like really, I guess, gratifying to know that I'm actually like moving in the right path, and I'm actually doing well. Like, my biggest thing is like, I think for the past mentorships, I turn in stuff and they're like, what is this? I don't know. I can't, you're not getting it or something, you know? So I always have that constant anxiety, like, man, hopefully I'm getting it right. You're like, I need to do better. But that actually helps.
I'm learning too. I think the task of a teacher is to break things down to the point where the person is like a small enough piece where it's like, yeah, I can do this. Like, I can copy drawings.
Yeah.
And you're doing great, you know. And then you have a pathway from that piece. You know what the next piece is going to be in the next, and you know kind of roughly as a teacher like how you're going to put them together.
Yeah.
As the person masters like each phase, right?
Yeah.
So I think at least that's, and as I said, I'm working on it too. Like, I'm developing this curriculum and you're helping me with it, but I do think you're making progress. I think anybody who's doing as much as you will, well, maybe you have an advantage. You have a good eye, and you know, you have good judgment on how things should look, like the proportions and stuff. So you're a little bit ahead of the game. So I wouldn't say anybody, but I think I selected you because I think you will benefit a lot from this.
Oh, thank you so much.
Appreciate that. Well, thank you. Thanks for putting in the work.
Yeah, no problem. All right.
Great.
You have a great day.
You too. And I'll see you next Tuesday.
Yes, next. Thank you guys for watching this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you guys want to watch any more of my videos, either my book reviews, mentorships, episodes, or any of my other educational content or my free resources that I like to give to other artists out there, because learning by yourself on your own is hard as hell, and I like to mitigate any of that. And if you are also not in that position that you can afford college, free education is the best way to go about it. So I try to dedicate my entire YouTube channel to providing that. So yeah, if you guys like the video, remember to give it a like, share it, comment down below your thoughts and opinions and what you guys like to see in this channel, like some changes. I'm always open to suggestions. Remember, you guys are always improving because you guys are actually looking for the improvement. So don't try to beat yourself up too much about it. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care.